have this funny story about when I used to work at a retail. There's one day when I came into work and this girl was sitting at like the desk or whatever. We were about to have lunch, and she sat down and she looked at me and she's like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Here, Canada. Like I was born here." She's like, "Yeah, but what do you mean? Like, where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from here." She's like, "How come you speak so well?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "Why don't you speak like yo, yo, yo?" And I was just like, "What? What does that mean?" And I was actually like, I didn't even get mad or anything. The guy next to me he's the person who actually said something to her. Like I was just in shock the whole time. How could you say that? And it really, I don't know, it boggled my mind the whole day. And I was just like, is it her fault? Is it the way she grew up? I don't know.
Why do you think she made assumptions about you? Is that too?
You know, it's a very good question. I think some people can't differentiate between something they see on TV or something they hear on the radio or music from actual life. And I don't know if, like I was saying, I don't know if it's her fault. I don't know if it's the way she was brought up, but there was something there where she didn't. Maybe she's lived in a place where there weren't many minorities that she can talk to and realize, hey, we're not all like what you see in gangster movies or something. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get into my story. Like, I can kind of relate to like not necessarily like feeling like what I look like is necessarily how people would see me, because like my name, for example, is like it's a really French name, and I'm not a francophone, I'm an anglophone. So like people always assume right away if I interact with them by email, they'll write back in French, or you know, if they've seen my name but haven't met me, they'll kind of picture, like I literally had someone saying like, "Oh my gosh, like I didn't expect to see you. I expected like a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person." And I was like, okay. So I've always sort of felt like, you know, strange about that. And then also it created a barrier about speaking French, because suddenly like it was like expected that I was supposed to be this person that I wasn't. And I felt like having a super French name sort of, and not being very fluent in French, made me feel like I wasn't living up to it or something, and that like my identity, people just always assume like, well, you're kind of brown. How do you have such a like French Canadian name? And it just like, it's not that unrealistic. You know, people mix. Part of the reason why Brandon and I shared our stories today is because we want to invite you to come and share your story with someone in the Vanier community, just like we did. Whether your story is about cultural diversity, sexual orientation, disabilities, or even socioeconomical differences, as long as it pertains to diversity, we're really interested in hearing it. So if you'd like to share your story, just send us an email at vtv@vaniercollege.qc.ca, and we'll see you here.